Level 1, Detention. Every punishment starts somewhere, and in Hogwarts, that place is the Forbidden Forest. Sounds fun, right? Just a little stroll through the woods until you realize those trees hide centaurs with tempers, giant spiders the size of carriages, and whatever's left of Voldemort's soul still floating around. This isn't detention, it's survival training disguised as education. Harry, Hermione, Neville, and even Draco were sent there in their first year to find a bleeding unicorn. What they actually found was a cloaked figure drinking its blood. That's not a detention, that's a death sentence with extra steps. Hagrid calls it character building. The rest of Hogwarts calls it trauma. No spells allowed, no teachers brave enough to follow you in. Level 2, Dolores Umbridge. If hell had a uniform, it would be pink. Dolores Umbridge was supposed to be a teacher, but she turned Hogwarts into a ministry experiment. Every him was a warning, every smile a sentence. Her signature move was the blood quill. No ink, no mercy. You wrote with your own blood until your skin scarred with your sins. But that was only the beginning. She patrolled the corridors like a warden, collecting rumors and enemies. Detention wasn't discipline, it was data collection for the ministry. She interrogated students for disloyalty, forced confessions, and almost used the Cruciatus curse on Harry, an unforgivable spell, seconds from becoming real. When she wasn't torturing, she legislated. New decrees every week, new restrictions every day. Under her rule, defense against the dark arts stopped teaching defense. She banned clubs, silenced dissent, and built her little pink empire on fear. The walls were lined with kittens, but the rooms stank of tyranny. Even Filch looked afraid. Because Umbridge didn't need monsters or curses to control you. She had paperwork, power, and a smile sharp enough to draw blood. Level 3, Expulsion and Wand Destruction. Expulsion in the wizarding world isn't just, you can't sit with us. It can erase your future in a single snap, literally. In severe cases, the ministry snaps your wand, ending legal access to magic. That happened to Rubeus Hagrid at 13, blamed for opening the Chamber of Secrets. His wand was snapped. He stayed as gamekeeper, hid fragments in a pink umbrella, and cast a clumsy charm. He was never reinstated. The stain stuck. Expulsion means no OWLs, no NEWTs, no job path in magical Britain. It flags you to the ministry. Unauthorized magic gets you watched, warned, and if you persist, prosecuted. Hogwarts can recommend expulsion. The ministry enforces the wand decision. In a rare instance, Dumbledore fought to keep Harry from it after the Dementor attack, when his Patronus before a Muggle was judged underage magic, despite self-defense. Snap a wand and you don't just break wood and core, you break a wizard's place in their world. That's why expulsion sits here. No prison bars, no cursed scars. But it's the quiet punishment that can last a lifetime. For many, the exile hurts more than any spell. Level 4, When Magic Strikes Back. The wizarding world runs on ancient laws older than the ministry. Break them, and magic punishes you directly. Dumbledore learned that the hard way when he destroyed Marvolo Gaunt's ring, a Horcrux cursed by Voldemort. The curse spread up his arm like black fire. No healer could stop it. The Black family wove cruelty into their bloodline. Their enchanted tapestry literally burned away the faces of relatives who dishonored the name. Disownment became a spell, not a choice. Vault 713 in Gringotts carries similar vengeance. Touch anything that isn't yours and the treasures multiply until you drown in molten gold. Every greedy impulse was punished instantly. Magic remembers loyalty and betrayal. Blood oaths bind lives together, like the one between Dumbledore and Grindelwald. Break it, and it kills you. No court, no appeal. Just retribution baked into the spell. Even Voldemort, who thought he'd mastered death, was punished by magic itself. Splitting his soul through Horcruxes left him less than human, snake-like, hollow, and eternally restless. Level 5, the Cruciatus Curse. Pain in the wizarding world isn't always illegal. Sometimes it's government approved. The Cruciatus Curse, Crucio, is one of the 3 unforgivable curses. It doesn't draw blood, doesn't leave scars. It just makes you wish it did. When cast correctly, it attacks the nervous system directly, causing unbearable agony. Not damage, agony. Victims convulse, scream, and often lose their minds. The curse leaves no physical mark, but it rewires who you are. Frank and Alice Longbottom were tortured into insanity by Bellatrix Lestrange. Rodolphus, Rabaston, and Barty Crouch Jr. They never recovered. In theory, casting Crucio earns a life sentence in Azkaban. In practice, during both Wizarding Wars, it became a tool of interrogation. Aurors under Bartimus Crouch Sr. were permitted to use unforgivable curses on Death Eaters for the greater good. Torture as justice. Order versus chaos, both using the same spell. Crucio doesn't kill. It teaches obedience through pain. And that's why it belongs here, because it shows what happens when wizards stop fearing dark magic and start legislating it. Level 6. Azkaban imprisonment. Azkaban isn't a prison you survive. It's a place that erases you slowly. Cold sea, black stone, North Sea winds that never stop. And the guards aren't human, they're Dementors. Dementors don't see like we do. They sense feelings, warmth, hope, joy, and eat them. That's the punishment. Most prisoners stop sleeping. Then they stop talking. Then they forget why they ever wanted to live. Hagrid spent only a short time there in his second year and came back shattered. I could feel him draining the hope out of me. He hadn't done anything wrong. In that era, the Ministry could send you for safety. The message was clear. Azkaban isn't about fairness. It's about fear. Sirius Black is the exception that proves the rule. He escaped by turning into a dog. Animagus form meant simpler emotions, less for Dementors to feed on. He slipped through the bars, swam the sea, and lived by sheer will. Almost no one else gets that chance. During the First and Second Wizarding Wars, Azkaban became crowded with Death Eaters. Bellatrix Lestrange, the Carrows, Dolohov. A mass breakout in 1996 humiliated the Ministry. Later, under Voldemort's puppet government, Muggle-born witches and wizards were condemned in sham trials and slated for Azkaban, while Dementors hovered in the courtrooms. Even people awaiting processing felt the cold. Life there isn't painful like Crucio. It's worse because it never peaks. It just keeps going. Food comes, but warmth doesn't. Letters don't help. Visits are rare, and the longer you stay, the more you become a husk that breathes. Level 7. The Dementor's Kiss. There's only one punishment darker than Azkaban, and it's delivered by the same creatures that guard it. The Dementor's Kiss. You don't die from it. That's the mercy of death, and mercy doesn't live here. The kiss removes your soul, leaves your body breathing but empty, a permanent coma without thought, emotion, or memory. The shell keeps moving, but the person is gone. The Ministry used to authorize it for the worst criminals. Barty Crouch Jr. was nearly sentenced to it. Sirius Black was scheduled for it after his capture and prisoner of Azkaban, and the Dementor itself got that close, hovering inches from his face before Harry and Hermione's Patronus drove it away. Even in the wizarding world, very few spells can repel a Dementor once it's chosen a target. The kiss isn't performed for justice, it's used for containment. A soul can't escape, can't testify, can't rebel. It's the final erasure. No pain, no afterlife, just eternal absence. Dumbledore called it a fate worse than death, and he was right. The Dementor's kiss is the endpoint of punishment, the perfect circle of despair. Bonus level 8. Hogwarts itself. At this point, we need to be honest. The greatest punishment in the wizarding world might just be Hogwarts. Think about it. It's supposed to be a school, a place to protect and educate young witches and wizards. But every single year feels like a new way to die. Trolls in the dungeon, basilisks in the plumbing, Dementors on the lawn. Oh, and the Forbidden Forest? That's literally step 1 on the punishment list. Imagine detention, meaning go meet the creatures that could eat you. Every movie starts the same way. Dumbledore welcoming the students with a feast and a smile. Welcome to another year at Hogwarts. Try not to die this time. Then immediately, oh, by the way, there's a 3-headed dog guarding a secret under the trap door. But don't go looking for it. So naturally, the kids go looking for it. And the teachers, they're all chaos in disguise. Snape emotionally traumatizes 12-year-olds for fun. Lupin literally turns into a werewolf on school grounds. Lockhart erases memories like it's a party trick. Even the staircases try to kill you. The castle moves, locks doors, rearranges rooms, and casually keeps ghosts that reenact their own murders in the hallways. The Triwizard Tournament officially banned for centuries because students kept dying. Solution? Bring it back. So yes, Hogwarts gave the world heroes, but it also gave them trauma. It's the only school where survival counts as extra credit. Maybe the founders didn't build it to protect children. Maybe they built it to test them. Because if you can make it through 7 years there and still graduate, you don't need a diploma, you need therapy. And that's why Hogwarts isn't just a school. It's the ultimate punishment disguised as education. But in the wizarding world, punishment doesn't end with pain. It ends behind bars. And Azkaban is only the beginning. Next class at Stickman Hogwarts, every wizarding prison in Harry Potter explained. Click the video before the Dementors hear your name.